Hello, grade 9 students. It's me again, Abdurrahman Abdel Mun'im. Today we are dealing with Unit 11 entitled About Our Lives. So please, if you are holding your student books, open it on page 82. This is episode 6, The Buried City. Now, what did you remember about the last episode, episode 5? If you look at the picture here, look at Tariq and Hussein. They were underground, and Mr. Hamad and Nadia were searching for them, but have they found them or not? Let us check now by listening. So listen, please. We will play the track. Listen and follow, please. To section 1. Section 1.
Module 6. People and Social Activities. Unit 11. About Our Lives. Page 83. Exercise 2. 11.1. Read and listen to the dialogue. Then answer the questions. The Buried City. Episode 6. The Boys Are Alive. 1.
Tariq and Hussein were in an underground passage. Hussein heard a strange creaking noise behind him and turned around. He could see some sand falling. Then, suddenly, there was a loud crash, and the passage was filled with sand. Everything went dark, and the boys couldn't breathe easily.
2.
Now, that was section 1. Here we have some new vocabulary, like passage. Passage here is a noun. Tariq and Hussein were in an underground passage, which means path or channel. Also, we have two questions relate to this section. Let us answer them. The first one, why did Hussein turn around? Because he heard a strange creaking noise behind him. The second one, why couldn't the boys breathe easily? Because the passage was filled with sand. Now let us listen to section 2.
Module.
Everything went dark. Easily. Later, search for the lost boys started again. Mr. Hamad.
Module 2.
Yes.
An hour later, the sandstorm began to die down, and the search for the lost boys started again. Mr. Hamad, Nadia, and the security guard were driving through the streets of the ancient city when Nadia saw two shapes in the distance. It was Tariq and Hussein. They drove up to the boys and got them into the car. They were very happy to see each other.
How did you escape, Hussein?
We heard a strange noise. A part of the roof collapsed with the weight of the sand. We covered our faces. It was difficult to breathe because of the sand.
But then we saw a hole in the roof. We climbed up onto the sand and then we escaped through the hole.
Are we going back to the hotel now?
Yes, of course.
Good. I'm going to talk to Mum. Then I'm going to have a shower and put on some clean clothes.
And we're all going to eat a delicious lunch. You must be hungry.
Yes, we are. And after lunch, I'm going to take the director of the site to the underground chamber.
Yes, we discovered some beautiful wall paintings.
Now that was section 2. Here also we have some new vocabulary like collapsed or escape, firstly escape, which is a verb here that means to survive. or to avoid danger or difficulty. Another one is collapsed, which means break down. Also a verb. Now, the third one, roof, in the roof, which means a protective covering at the top of a building. The last one is director, which means the manager, or someone who controls the site. Now, the last, here we have some also questions relate to this section. The first one, where did Nadia see Hussein and Tariq? She saw them in the streets in the ancient city or in the distance. Number two, why did a part of the roof collapse? Because of the weight of the sand. Three, why did the boys want to see the director of the site? Because they discovered some beautiful wall paintings. Still, we have section 3. Also, we will
Module
listen.
6.
To take the direct.
3.
Hussein said that they had heard a strange noise. Then a part of the roof had collapsed with the weight of the sand. Tariq said they had seen a hole in the roof. They had climbed onto the sand and then they had escaped through the hole. When we were in the jeep, Dad said we were going to have a delicious lunch. Tariq said that after lunch he was going to take the director of the site to the underground chamber. Hussein said that they had discovered some beautiful wall paintings. Later, the director of the site saw the wall paintings. He said that Hussein and Tariq were great explorers. He added that they were going to be given a special award for archaeology.
Yes, that was section 3. Here also we have a new word, which is award. That means a prize. Also, we have one question here. What did the director of the site give Hussein and Tariq? He gave them a special award for archaeology. By the way, this is a page of Nadia's school electronic magazine. She reported the dialogue between Tariq and Hussein, and she wrote their dialogue in her magazine. Here I want you to see these words in blue. They had heard, had collapsed, had seen, caught, wanted, and compare these words with the original dialogue between Tariq and Hussein. You will notice that there's a change in tenses between the original words and the reported words by Nadia. This leads us to our grammatical rule for this lesson, which is the reported speech. Speech is divided into direct and indirect, which is reported. What is the difference between them? The direct speech is we can say it directly, so we can show that words are direct speech by putting them between quotation marks. Quotation marks. Look at this example. I'm good at English, Ali said to the teacher. But in reported speech, we report someone else's words. We give the meaning of what we said rather than the exact words. The previous example will become, Ali said to the teacher that he was good at English. he was good at English. So we give the meaning rather than the exact word. We use two verbs to report the speech, like said and told. Consider these two examples. Ahmad told his father that he passed the exam. Here we mention the listener, which is his father. Ahmad told his father. He told someone. So we use told. Whereas in the next one, Ahmad said that he passed the exam. In this example, we don't mention the listener, so we use said. He said. By the way, that here is optional. We can omit it. We can say, Ahmad said he passed the exam. It's correct. Of course, there's some changes in reported speech. Look at this chart. When we want to report someone's words, we will change something like pronouns and possessive adjectives. For example, I, indirect, will become he or she or it, according which whether the speaker is male or female. We will be they. You will be I, we, me or us, whether the speaker is singular or plural, in subject position or in object position. Me, him, her. Us will become them. My will become his or her. Also, we have some changes in time and place expressions, like today will become that day, tomorrow, the next or the following day, next week, next month, next year will become the following week, the following month, the following year. Now will become at that time or at or then. Yesterday will become the day before or the previous day. This will become that. Here will become there. Also, we have some changes according to the tenses. If the sentence in simple present in direct speech, it will become in simple past. If it in present continuous, it will become in past continuous. If it in simple past, also it will be in past perfect. If it in present perfect, it will be in past perfect. With modals like will, would, can, could, may, might. Now it's time for practice. The first exercise is like the final exam exercises. Choose the correct tense. Number 1, she said that she is or was 14 years old. Here, you have to choose between present or past. Of course, we will choose the past form because this is a reported sentence. We have said. Said she was 14 years old. Number 2, Ahmad told me that they are going to have lunch. Of course, here also you have to choose the past continuous tense because this is a reported sentence. We have the verb told. Ahmad told me they were going to have lunch. Number 3, Omar said that he hoped to win the first prize. Also here, you have to choose the past form of the verb. which is hoped. So whenever you see said or told, that means you will choose the past form of verb if you have to choose between present or past. Another exercise, choose the correct word. Number 4, Ali said or told his friend that he had been to Palmyra. Here we mention the listener, which is his friend. Ali told his friend. Ali told someone. He told his friend that he had been to Palmyra. Number 5, Nadia said or told they were traveling the next day. Here we don't mention the listener, so we use said. Nadia said they were traveling the next day. The last exercise here, write the missing word. Number 6, my teacher me that I was a hardworking student. So here we need a verb to report this sentence. And the suitable verb here is told, because we mentioned the listener, which is me. My teacher told me that I was a hardworking student. Number 7, his father said that his job very stressful. Here we need a suitable verb to make it correct grammatically, and the suitable one is was. His father said that his job was very stressful. At the end, I'd like to thank you for your attendance, and I hope you will